Alright, so I've made this convenient so that I can do it, but here you go. When you're wearing a green shirt, it's going to be all weird. So, oh, no, up close, it gets confused. Further away, this is, no, who knows what's causing it to do that. Anyway, real quick, I was just thinking about that video last night. Probably not advisable, but whatever. It's stuff. Weird with the color change. I don't understand this camera. This is the cheap little creative webcam. Um, so, just real quick. So with the Iran thing, it's like Iran would have to be crazy to have fired missiles over at Saudi Arabia um, from Iran. Now they might do that anyway, but there's a reason people do proxy wars, and the reason is like, um, you know, is it's like in the United States, the gun manufacturers are specifically protected. If they sell a gun to somebody and it ends up being a gang, and that gang kills somebody, the gun, they're just gun makers. And that's basically the tradition with major arms. Of course, if people are selling arms, to our enemies, they get on our wrong side, but that's how it's been ever since, the Cold War. Russia was selling arms to one side, and we're selling it to the other, and that doesn't count as Russia attacking us. Kind of does, though. But that's just not the way that it's been going. So you have this proxy war in Yemen, and but moreover, the Iranians cannot have launched these missiles from Iran because we're over there. We're flying planes up and down. That you got some of you might have to look at a map, but for Iran to fire those, they'd have to go over the Gulf. We would have radar tracks that they would immediately have available, the proof and exact knowledge of where they're going. Those things are not difficult to spot for the U.S. military radar and whatnot. So, I understand people think it seems weird that the Houthis, they're rebels. Rebels are, that gives you an idea in your mind that they're all living out in the jungle, and how could they have, they do use drones and stuff, and, it makes sense that they would be Iranian drones, and they took credit for it. So, that's probably what happened, but if the Houthis hadn't taken credit for it, and people do lie, and I looked up, because sometimes they'll say, oh, some group takes credit for this thing, and it's just like, what, some newspaper guy says his source, but in this case, I guess it was the, they have their own broadcast network or something, and they're in control of certain areas, I guess, so it's like, from their point of view, they're not rebels, they're a government at war or whatever. So they have had drones before. They could be getting or building or cloning drones or whatever. It could have been, their own action. On the other hand, if they hadn't taken credit, I could easily imagine, the Saudis doing it themselves, especially since turns out they're saying, oh, everything's going to be fine, we're going to be back to normal in 2 weeks, which is like, really? Because I saw a big fire, but I guess, couldn't have busted up too much infrastructure, because oil fires are these things and gas fires that can take just forever. Of course, those are usually the wells that you really have, but it's not like they're easy to put out. I don't really see how you put it out, and then don't you have to check? You're probably, like, seems to me, the whole refinery, but I'm not any expert at it, obviously, but this is an area where you have to think a little conspiratorial, because in geopolitics, you've got, false flags and things like that. The people, the conspiracy theorist-minded people are like, oh, Sandy Hook was, everything's false flag. But I would say where that comes from is it being so easy to believe is we have Gulf of Tonkin and all kinds of major events that either are suspected or known to to have been these kinds of false flags and lies and, lying propaganda. So, if Trump wants to put more sanctions, this is the last I heard, good for him. Not going to war is a good thing. And frankly, if Trump avoids going into a brand new war, he'll easily be the best Republican president in my lifetime, basically. Which is just not saying much. I mean, these are presidents that sold arms to Iran, helped narco-terrorists run cocaine into the United States. And, I mean, it's reinvented torture as a public policy, and in Bush's case, and so all the lying and the stealing, the emoluments, the self-dealing, this whole idea of his followers, like, really, we're supposed to believe that there's nothing untoward about wanting to have the G8 at Doral, or however it's pronounced. It's like the objectively best place in the United States. Well, what you're going to do? I happen to own it. Really? You expect your political opponents to buy that too? It just shows that they don't expect anything, They're going to say, Lewandowski's going to be like, I don't have to tell the truth, and they're going to go, well, everybody lies. And then, but when the Democrats do it, you think they're going to go, well, everybody lies, we already accepted that. When a Democratic president refuses to answer any subpoenas at this level, or release information to Congress, or put up with oversight, the Republicans, you think they're going to go, well, that's the way it is. We said that with Trump, so we have to be consistent. No. So they're not even going to try to do that. So basically, I think we're going into an era where the presidents need to be taken down a notch. And if every single president starts getting impeached for 50 years, that'd be fine with me.